Erik, Tong. I'll be your next after dinner speaker today. Take all the time. Alright then, if everyone's ready, and this is starting. Let's admit it, dating is kind of difficult when you're a homeschooler, and all of my friends agree. I asked every single one of them if they had a girlfriend, and well, my two friends said they didn't. But really, dating is kind of difficult, whether it's because your mom and dad just don't approve of dating until you're old enough and can financially support your wife, or because you as a homeschooler are just socially awkward, dating can be kind of difficult. I mean, how could a homeschooler have a social interaction with someone? Be aware, the stories that I'm retelling today are all true, but they're not all about the same person. I've liked many different girls. I've liked Egyptians, Asians, blondes, redheads, but I don't discriminate. But while they're all about different people, the one common thread through each of them is me being cringe. But please, go easy on me. These happened a really, really long time ago when I was really young and immature, like 5 months ago. Unless you're one of those parents who doesn't have any kids, this speech should apply to you because today we'll be looking at 5 steps to getting a girlfriend. Step 1, how to test if your crush is dating material. To do this, you first have to like her for the right reasons. And honestly, when you were young, you probably didn't know why you had a crush on the person you had a crush on. Why do you like Ella? I don't know, she's pretty and nice. Why do you like James? I don't know, he's funny and nice. Why do you like Erik? I don't. Instead of liking people for basic reasons, find common interests, like making sure they have the same very high ACT score as you, have played rock and roll, and can solve the Rubik's Cube. Another way to test if your crush is dating material is to ask her about her summer break. If she answers you with, well, I'm not quite sure, my family doesn't take summer break, then it looks like you've got yourself a match. However, if she ever tells you she doesn't like Chick-fil-A, she's probably not the right person for you. The next step is to get to know your crush. And honestly, you probably should have gotten to know your crush before you got a crush on her. For all you know, she could be one of those kids who actually likes Sax and math. Don't laugh too hard at that. My mom's disappointed in me if I ever get a math score lower than 100%. But getting to know your crush can be difficult. Take my crush last year. For the purpose of this speech is to protect her identity, we'll call her Bofia. Me and Bofia went to the same church, and we'd hang out a lot. I would secretly stalk her. For some reason, we'd always end up in the same place, and I'd just be standing there listening to her. Okay, that just sounds really creepy. I just was introverted and couldn't strike up the nerve to talk to her. But that wasn't all. When I was 10 years old, I used to give secret gifts under secret code names. I remember one time I got this really nice box of chocolates, and my heart was racing as I wondered who my secret admirer was. I looked at the box, Jonas. And to add to the disappointment, I wasn't even special. He had given it to every single one of his friends. But after my disappointment was over, I had the very bright idea of giving a similar chocolate box to my crush. Not the exact same chocolate box. Okay, maybe it was the exact same. I quickly slapped a piece of paper on Jonas's tag and wrote, "From Erik to Olga." Yeah, no, that's not her actual name. 10-year-old me was so proud of giving a gift that wasn't even mine. So learn from my mistakes. Pre-plan your Valentine's gift so you don't have to miss out on the chocolate your friend gives you. The third step is to get your crush to like you. And that means giving a good impression to them. One of the most embarrassing ways to be turned off by a girl is from smelly breath. And this has been pretty embarrassing for me. I remember sitting next to one of my crushes and whispering something in her ear. every time I got closer, she just kept turning her head away. I was so confused. But the next time she saw me, she made sure to clear it up. She gave me gum. My breath was so bad, she made sure she would not be able to smell it again. But another way to get your crush to like you is giving a good impression to their friends. For some reason, friends will constantly be shipping their other friends. Look, John's talking to Olivia. Ooh. Look, Ella's talking to James. Ooh. Look, Erik is still alone. The fourth step is to get to know the parents. This is one of the more advanced steps because this means you both have to like each other. Luckily, I've went through this myself, so here's what I've learned from my experiences with Bofia. Me and Bofia would go, since we went to the same church, we talked for about 30 minutes after the service. We'd have really deep conversations like, how's your day? Good? Nice. After a long after her mom started to see us together a lot, like Mom, she set up a time when we could actually hang out together. Turns out that family owned a boat, and we were invited to join them. As I sat on the boat, I had a very smart idea, to stretch and put my arm around her shoulder. And then I felt a hard slap as her dad was standing over me. He said something I couldn't hear and stared at me. I awkwardly stood up and followed my family off the boat. But after that, I couldn't help but think I had a terrible impression with the parents and our relationship would be ruined. So I asked my parents what they think I should do. They told me I should probably apologize to the dad. And so when we got home, we were told we would be able to call him after dinner. But I was so nervous, I couldn't even eat. Luckily, I had some NCFCA practice under my belt and had written an entire apology speech. With an opening, a hook, 3 points, a Bible verse, personal story, and a conclusion. And then the phone rang. Hello? Hi, we're here calling to extend the warranty of your car. Sorry, wrong phone. Just then, my mom got a text explaining that basically what had happened was that her dad had just tapped me on the shoulder because I was not paying attention and the family was already leaving. It was a relief to find out that I actually didn't ruin my relationship with her parents. But after giving a great impression to the parents, I'd come to the last step. The fifth step to getting a girlfriend is to save room for Jesus. After getting to know my crush and getting her to like me, and finally having a great impression with the parents, I started to move too fast. I started to overlook flaws inside of the problems and tried to push the relationship to something it wasn't. And after 2 years of knowing my crush told me she stopped liking me. But through the experience, I've learned to trust in God's plan. After I got rejected, I told myself it was all a part of God's plan. And if she wasn't the one for me, I can't change God's plan. See, everything that happens in life happens for a reason. God has a reason and has a plan for you. For those lucky few kids who are in a relationship, realizing that your relationship is in God's hands and not yours can help you if you ever go through a breakup. See, being single isn't always a bad thing to be. Just remember, if you want a girl to like her, make sure to brush your teeth. Thank you.